get run over by a big truck, because that's always fun. Okay. So there'll be less traffic at the other two, so that's a good thing. So for the next few days, all I have to do is run over to each field, drop some food in the feeder, and get on with the day's work. We don't have to take all of this time loading up a trailer and shuffling around. Okay, come up to here. And unstrap everything again. And drop it in the lane, because that's good fun. Easy unload. How about that? So I think if I take that one off, I can take that one there and throw that one there and throw and that one there and throw. And strap that down again. A little bit worried about that crate up there. Okay, so let's top up this one. Again, don't expect to use a full bale of hay. I think there is a mod that allows me to find out. It'll display the quantity in a bale as you walk up to it, and I don't have that mod loaded. I think that's a feature of Farm Sim 22 that we now have, that if you're looking at something, it'll tell you how much is left in it. We grab that one, and this should be a full bale needed here. So disappear. Oof. Good. So how do they look? They look happy, happy sheeps. This one, not going to need any clover silage, because 2,000 is way up here, and I think that's probably because we sold a bunch. So I'm not going to try and throw silage on that top feeder trough yet. Oh, come on, tractor. And here we are with all the baby sheep. I'll run around the top, it's just easier. So these sheep eat less than all the others because they're tiny, and food usage is based on animal weight to a certain extent. That one's already undone, that one there. Okay, let's pick that up and walk to here and rotate it the other way. So yeah, they didn't eat much of that at all. I'll put the stuff they haven't eaten much of there, and then I'll forget that's where I put it all. Hay. Don't think I have to put it down. I'll wave a chainsaw at it. No, that's all used. And then the rest of them I'll just drop over with the silage bales for now. Okay, you sheep, this is not food for you to eat, okay? It's food for you to have later. Anyway, I think we can probably put this trailer back with the, where it goes, the animal transport module. And we are kind of done for spring, I would say. Didn't put the Land Rover right under the shelter, so the back end of that's going to fill up with water. So yeah, part of the ongoing concern about food supplies, did we predict enough silage for the year? Not yet. But I think that's because that was all produced last summer. So I guess if you look at it and say, did we predict enough silage for the year last summer? Yes, we did. But if I do get short, there is still a bunch down at the BGA that's converting into silage. The 3 bales off to the left near that little brick hut, they're also still just wrapped clover. They're not silage yet. And those 3 are there just because I didn't have anywhere else to... I wasn't going to drive all the way down to the BGA with just 3 bales. That was just crazy talk. I will attach the animal attacher to that, and then we'll drop that off. So, what else do we need? I think everything is good so far. Now, one thing we might need to do, those fields that we now have barley in, we might have to lime or fertilizer. They'll definitely need fertilizing. I'm pretty sure on that. I'm guessing corn needs as much nitrogen in the soil as things like wheat and barley, if not more. So we will have to spread something on those 2 fields before or while we are doing the planting. I could consider doing something like a digestate spread there. Okay, so we have done everything we need to on our farm. There's a bunch of baling contracts I'm really not interested in. There's a fertilizing contract which pays well, very well. But the plan is going forwards now, I will try and do as many of the contracts as I want off camera rather than, hey, let's go out and do 50 fertilizing contracts in today's video, because we've done that more than enough. I still need to do another 46 contracts in total, but for the most part I won't be featuring them here. So these 2 fields are possibly getting very close to full growth. Actually, these ones are too. What are those, miscanthus? No. Gonna guess canola. Sort of an orangey thing, rye. And oats. The barley should be ready first. That much we do know, because barley and cotton mature the earliest, everything else midsummer onwards. So I guess it's time to say goodbye to as much of spring as we can. Speed up time. Oh, actually it's close to the end of the day already, so we just need it to get dark. Dark. Is that dark enough? Yes. 9 o'clock in the evening. Let's go 11 hours. I could go beyond, but there we go. Early morning, no money. Income. One more day. Check sheep. So that's 1,000. That's about a total of 4,000. The only thing they've eaten is the sugar beets and water. I could probably leave them until tonight. These guys, close to needing another bale air. They're going to need those again close to halfway and a top up there. So we'll go through to this evening until before we go and check them all. Come out here. I was thinking about selling wool. That's probably a bad plan now. Where is the wool? Hello. Whoa, there. Yeah, price is stepping down now. I could have sold it yesterday because that was a good price. I'm guessing that was a great demand. So if we got a great demand, we could ship out some wool. But for right now, I think the farm is sitting pretty. Triticale was the other thing we have an absolute ton of. And that's coming down. We want to sell that again in winter. So we're going to have a lot of winter sales this year, I think. In the meantime, let's slip through to about 5 o'clock in the evening. Maybe a bit more. Great demand for eggs. No chickens here. And as the shadows lengthen, sheep time. So water, clover silage, that will, pretty sure that'll take a full one. They're not, oh, I was going to say, they're not eating their clover, but that's because they're just stubborn. No, that's because the clover comes from the ground. I guess I missed. No. Really? 21,000. Oh, this is... Of course. I'm not paying attention. This is the top field where the baby sheep live, and so they don't eat as much as the adult sheep because they're not heavy enough yet. There's their supply of stuff. So they've had water, beets and hay. Not so much in the way of silage. Let's check on their remaining Oakfield. They're down to 200, so potentially they will eat all of bale. This is what concerns me. There's 321, so they don't even take 4,000 in their trough. 3,800, they need to get more weight. But we can carry this out of here so that it doesn't disappear. I have to jump over the gate, so we'll probably drop it. Or not. And we'll top up the sheep just down here with what dregs are left in this. But if I left this out, this would vanish as soon as we got far enough away from it, which is why I would love it if there was a just a general bale thing. What am I saying? Bale shredder. And that's almost all gone. They're probably going to want another full silage bale, but we'll leave that till last. Drop that there. We didn't use a lot of that. We'll put that over there with the partially used sugar beets. Let's have a look at this field. So this is the one we're doing 3,000. If the worst comes to the worst and they do not eat all of this, I can walk it over to the other field. So again, not a desperate problem. They actually ate all of it and still not full. Okay, that's fine. So long as they have to last enough for the day, I don't mind too much. Now we get to sprint across the field. Potential harvest, 333,000 litres of, it thinks, grass. Actually, it is grass. I wonder what would, well, I was going to say, I wonder what would happen if I planted clover in here. Would clover automatically become a grazing crop? But I think it's only set up for grass. Anyway, pick that up, walk over here, most of it disappears. Pick that up. 3,400, so it's going to be a while before they start chomping through those. Put that one there. So we're going to need some more hay over here. We're also going to need some more silage before too much longer. That's all gone. And elmflower field, they are fine. They're not very clean. And back to the house. And dogs fed. So again, another quick sprint through the day. Ooh, what's that? That's withered crop. I can't control that. I'm guessing it's dried out and so our crop is dying. And we've got a lot of patches. That one is germination failed. What's that field? That's potatoes or sugar beets. That's our sugar beet field. So we failed germination on some of our sugar beets. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully tomorrow the barley's ready to harvest. Apart from that, I think we're good. How's that fertilising contract? Fertilising contract's still there. Oh no, that one's still there. Two big fertilising contracts. Oh, so much temptation. I mean, between them, those are worth 30, 40,000. That'll pull us over 100,000. But I'm good. The sheep are fed sufficiently. They're not clean, but as I said, they're not productive until we get back to winter when they start producing small sheep and then in spring wool. So let's skip through to nightfall. And 9 o'clock, 9:30. We'll sleep another 11 hours. Sleeps. And we'll lose a ton. Oh, the days are longer. It's summer. Time to make hay. I don't want to make hay. None of my animals want hay. Hay is not my thing. Great demand at Willowbrook stores. That could be worth a look. Willowbrook stores wants oats. Well, we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any, so I'm not going to sweat that one. So we fed the sheep last night. I'm gonna guess that we can probably run the sheep all the way through to tomorrow morning. They can go about a day and a half before they start getting worried. So we can concentrate on the barley, which is ready to harvest. Nice. So it looks like someone's already been out harvesting something. That's ready to harvest too. So now begins our barley harvest. Let's go and get stuff ready. I'm so happy. Yay. I will probably do the carting with the case. Just because I can. And we've just got ourselves hung up on the shed somehow. Stop. What's the percentage on this? Oh, it looks like we actually spent some time last harvest and actually fixed this thing. So that's good. All our other fields should be fine. Everything's been fertilised. I mean, that's the nice thing about precision farming. You can precisely apply all of your fertilisers. So the fields of sunflowers that we've planted are at perfect levels. Where the heck am I going? And so we don't have to fertilise twice. We just fertilise once with the ideal quantity of fertiliser. The only time we're not doing that is when we're using digestate or the other thing. Digestate or oilseed radish. Because when you're using those, they only provide a fixed quantity of nitrogen. They're not metered at all. They'll get you close. They can get you close or closer. But right now we do not have the time to plant anything like. Well, we do. We can plant corn all the way up to the end of summer, end of early summer, and then we're done. And it looks like the temperatures are too cold. Ground temperature's too cold for the corn to germinate. So what we could do is just harvest these today, and we've got at least 2 days to prepare the fields before we have to start worrying about the getting the corn in the ground. And seriously worrying is that temperature needs to hit about 50 degrees, I think, before the end of summer, or we're gonna have a problem. Our old faithful Fendt harvester, which was a thing in Farm Sim 17. Someone produced this as a mod at the beginning of Farm Sim 19, but we have lost both of, we've lost the Massey Ferguson, which is what this harvester is based on. It's just a different paint scheme. Okay, that can go there. And we can back up. One of the big selling points for upgrading this and going with the mid-sized class is the functionality of the class header trailers, which have the auto lock. Now a standard feature on FS19, but okay, let's unpack that. And I guess I'm going up the side. Do not thresh when crops are wet. Well, I didn't notice that, so let's we can close that up, shut the lid, and we will go get the case. That's a good tractor to jump to. Let's get this moving. Running with weights. I don't actually need the weights for this job. How are we doing? I should probably refuel this on the way out. Looks like I missed the hitch. Okay. Well, we serviced the trailer, so the tip mechanism should be working fine. Just need to get some gas in or diesel in the tractor. Will be good. I might also then grab the Challenger and take the cultivator down there as well, since we're waiting for the ground to dry out. It's ×5, another click and burst on ×15. Do like the multiple time-lapse options on FS19. Very, very fine granularity at the low end, where you've got ×1/2, ×1, ×2, ×3, ×5, ×6, ×10. So there's a lot of, 6 minutes of real time is an hour. At 5, you want 12 minutes of real time is an hour. At 3, you're playing half an hour is 10 minutes. 2, half an hour real time is an hour. Very, nice set of options there, and lets you really control the length of your day to the length of your play time. So if I look at it and say, I want to play today, I've got an hour to play, so if I set it to ×10, that's 10 hours. Let's go.
Okay.
But not so many options on 19. So that I think from a time management, real world time management aspect, that's a really nice feature. Okay, 10:38.